Recent revelations shed light on the conflict between Beyonce and Kim Kardashian. Surprisingly, Beyonce's aversion to Kim reached such heights that she resorted to extraordinary measures to ensure they weren't seen together. Even when Kim sent her PR package, Beyonce reportedly chose not to open it and instead passed on it. But what really is Beyonce's feeling towards Kim? Let's dive into the details. It's widely recognized that Beyonce has never held a positive opinion of the Kardashian-Jenner family, with Kim being a focal point of the sentiment. As we probe further, additional details regarding these tactics are poised to emerge. While Beyonce previously maintained a certain level of distance from Kim, there's a deeper narrative at play. Insiders familiar with Beyonce's perspective have disclosed her increasing unease about the early exposure of Kim and Kanye's daughter, North, to the public eye. So, what strategies did Beyonce employ to create this separation from Kim? And what underlies her concerns regarding North's situation? Let's explore these aspects more comprehensively. Being a Hollywood insider is not a prerequisite for understanding that Beyonce and Kim Kardashian never enjoyed a close friendship. During Kim's marriage to Kanye, she was eager to penetrate Beyonce's inner circle. However, recent reports indicate that Beyonce went to great lengths to maintain her distance from Kim. To provide some context, speculations about a feud between Beyonce and Kim surfaced shortly after Kanye commenced his relationship with Kim in 2012. Beyonce and Jay-Z had a strong bond with Kanye, and while they had their past disagreements, they considered each other part of the same family. Then Kim entered the space, and Kanye's focus shifted towards propelling Kim into a global superstar on par with Beyonce. According to an insider who shared insights with Radar Online during that period, Kanye communicated his aspiration to Kim of becoming the most eminent power couple worldwide, even surpassing the popularity of Jay-Z and Beyonce. However, reports suggested that Beyonce perceived Kanye's shift in focus as a result of the Kardashian influence, particularly stemming from Kim's presence. Notably, one of the chief factors contributing to Beyonce's aversion towards Kim was the combination of Kim's deficiency in skill and her preoccupation with fame. This discomfort intensified as Beyonce recognized Kim's efforts to leverage her name for attention, an observation that became apparent as early as 2013. According to an insider disclosed by Life and Style, Kim's preoccupation with achieving the same level of fame as Beyonce led her to consistently search for Beyonce's information and track her followers. The source mentioned that Kim was interested in comparing the number of hits she received with those of Beyonce. Nevertheless, when questioned about why Beyonce never spends time with her, Kim refuted any claims of a feud and asserted that Beyonce treated her kindly. She countered the rumors about Beyonce's supposed disagreements with her, emphasizing that Beyonce was exceptionally pleasant. Furthermore, there's always been speculation regarding Beyonce's relationship with you. However, this is completely untrue. She's possibly one of the most affable individuals I'll ever encounter. Her kindness is truly remarkable. I'm utterly baffled by the origins of these rumors. Beyonce initially aimed to maintain a composed demeanor in public, as she sought to avoid attracting any tabloid-driven drama into her personal life. She even consented to attending events where she was seated alongside Kim, although she didn't make much of an effort to conceal her evident irritation. However, it seems that Kim was impervious to these signals and grew increasingly determined to publicly associate herself with Beyonce. According to a report from the New York Daily News, during the inception of Jay-Z and Kanye's Watch the Throne tour, Kim traveled to London with the hope of spending time with Beyonce. A source mentioned that Kim was making every effort to establish proximity to Beyonce, going to great lengths to even centering her existence around the prospect of hanging out with her. However, Beyonce's patience with Kim was dwindling, and she began publicly disregarding her. For instance, at the BET Awards, there was an instance where Kim expected a hug from Beyonce, but Beyonce didn't even acknowledge her presence. Notably, even Jay-Z seemed hesitant to hug Kim during that incident. Subsequent to this embarrassing encounter, Kim endeavored to shape the narrative to her advantage. Sources within the Kardashian camp initiated negative commentary about Beyonce in the media, portraying her as aloof and conceited. A Kardashian insider shared with In Touch magazine that Kim's forgiveness of Beyonce hinged upon receiving a public apology. This source claimed that Kim had come to realize that the real Beyonce differed significantly from the amicable image she projected to the public. According to this insider, Kim viewed Beyonce as disingenuous and believed that the genuine Beyonce was far removed from the public perception. In spite of her public relations team attempting to tarnish Beyonce's image, Kim persisted in mimicking nearly every move of Queen Bee. A few instances are telling. Consider the striking resemblance between Beyonce's Met Gala look from 2012 and Kim's attire at the Met Gala in 2015. As pointed out by Wendy Williams, it's likely that Kim deliberately emulated Beyonce due to her resentment over Beyonce's consistent dismissal of her. Williams commented on the resemblance, saying, "This looks like Beyonce's dress from back in 2012 at the Met Gala look. Okay, I'm just saying, Kim is probably still salty because Beyonce doesn't want to be her friend. But I must say, Kim, I'm embarrassed for you here." Nonetheless, Kim's compulsion to emulate Beyonce remained steadfast, resurfacing prominently in 2017 when she once again duplicated Beyonce's appearance for a KKW beauty photo shoot. The striking similarity between the two looks, nearly identical to Beyonce's appearance on the cover of Flaunt magazine, didn't go unnoticed. A multitude of fans voiced their observations on social media, further reinforcing the notion that Beyonce's decision to keep her distance from Kim Kardashian was indeed warranted. Fast forward to 2021, and a prominent photo for Kim's Skims collection left some mistaking her for Beyonce. In this image, Kim appears to be cosplaying as Beyonce. It's highly likely that Beyonce noticed this resemblance, as she subsequently seemed to allude to Kim in her song Hadid from her 2022 album Renaissance, which included the line, "That cheap spandex, she looks a mess." This wasn't the extent of Beyonce's action to communicate her lack of fondness for Kim. It's widely known that Beyonce and Jay-Z conspicuously skipped Kanye and Kim's wedding, citing a family emergency. However, a recent report has surfaced suggesting that Jay initially intended to attend, but Beyonce couldn't bear the thought of Kim leveraging her presence for the wedding's hype. Allegedly, she feigned a family emergency to avoid the event. According to a report by the Daily Mail, Jay-Z was supposed to be Kanye's best man, and Beyonce reluctantly agreed to accompany him. An insider source revealed that Beyonce deliberated until the last moment because she wasn't inclined to attend. Eventually, she consented due to Jay and Kanye's relationship, yet this report turned out to be wishful thinking on Kim's part, as the Carters ultimately did not attend the wedding. To drive the message home, Beyonce shared a selfie from her Hamptons vacation almost exactly when the wedding ceremony was scheduled. Certainly, Beyonce exhibited a level of vindictiveness on that occasion, sharing the photo after informing Kim of her inability to attend due to a fictitious family emergency. Nevertheless, there's more to the narrative. Multiple sources have recently asserted that Beyonce is purportedly troubled about Kanye's offspring, specifically North, due to Kim's apparent efforts to thrust her into the spotlight. An inside source suggested that Beyonce initially envisioned a friendship between her daughter, Blue Ivy, and North. However, as she came to understand the extent of Kim's sway over North, Beyonce took the step of prohibiting Blue from interacting with her. Furthermore, Beyonce takes a resolute stance in safeguarding Blue's privacy. Despite her being slightly older than North, Blue refrains from engaging with social media, and her public appearances are infrequent. In sharp contrast, Kim permitted North to join TikTok at a mere 8 years old, frequently taking her to a range of Hollywood events and frequently styling her in a manner that exceeds her age. An interesting observation is the paparazzi's frequent presence near North's school, whereas Blue Ivy's journeys to school remain concealed from the public eye. The contrast implies that Kim has the capacity to shield North from unwarranted media exposure if she truly prioritized the preservation of her child's private life. Reportedly, as per an insider connected to Beyonce, this represents another substantial rationale for her decision to maintain a distance from Kim. Supposedly, Beyonce holds the belief that Kim is capitalizing on her children to garner fame. This aspect ultimately links back to Beyonce's aversion to Kim, as indicated by the same source. Such a perspective might significantly contribute to the apparent lack of playdates between Blue and North. Fans are voicing their support for Beyonce's stance, commending her for avoiding any associations with Kim and safeguarding Blue Ivy from the Kardashians. As Kim continues to push North into the spotlight, fans find it increasingly unsettling. One fan remarked, "Beyonce is training her daughter to use her intellect. Kim is training her daughter to leverage her status." So what are your opinions? Are you Team Kardashian or Team Beyonce? Let us know in the comment section. And that's going to be all for today, folks. If you want to keep yourself updated on the latest binge-worthy celebrity gossip, click that subscribe button and notification bell for more videos like this. Stay tuned.